who was instrumental in not only shaping my life, but has a lot to do with every person at this fine company. His name is George Schieble. The man came out of a retirement party. I think this is right, Bill, I'm not sure. He came out of a retirement party out of Schieble Press. He sold the business to Jack Linen, and it became Linen Press, but I think that was on a Friday, and he went to work with Bill, Tim, Wayne, and Uncle Freddie on Monday. Didn't really take too much time off just to go to church, maybe. When I met Mr. Schieble, no one called him George, okay? No one was allowed to call him George. It was Mr. Schieble, except his wife Eleanor, of course. It was 1977. The company had been around for 7 years and had 28 employees. We were printing with 3 36-inch single-color mealing presses and 1 25-inch mealing press. Printing 4-color process work, 1 color at a time, with a human densitometer by my side. Bill knew he needed dots. I think Grandpa helped him. Oh, yeah. I was hired there as the 29th employee at the minimum wage of $5.50 an hour. I had just been tossed out of RIT for just not doing very good. And I kind of liked printing. I kind of like sticking around Rochester instead of going home to New Jersey, you know. My job was to unload and load up the trucks. But this is not about me. George Schieble provided the base and stability to ensure success and growth for all the people that worked for him. He had been given the nickname the Bear. And I don't think he knew about that. Mainly because no one ever wanted to mess with him. It was pretty much his way or the highway. But he did have a good heart when it came to making mistakes due to lack of knowledge or lack of common sense. He believed in second chances. Just ask his son Wayne. I think he got about 100 second chances. Yeah. Always shaking his head about Wayne. I always often think of George Bailey from Bedford Falls. You all know who that is, right? Yeah. George Bailey from Bedford Falls. And I think about how other people's lives affect so many others. If George Schieble was never born, hundreds, perhaps thousands of people would not be what they are, where they are today. All the credit for this wonderful, successful company cannot be given to George Schieble alone. Bill Oliveri and George Shar, your current active owners, and Tim Welsh and Wayne Schieble, your retired owners, have plenty to do with all this success. But the roots run deep. With strong roots, the tree will continue to grow. In closing, I'd like to reference the Reverend Bob Richards. Anybody know him?
No.
Reverend Bob Richards. He competed in the 1956 Olympics as a pole vaulter. And he was later quoted by Jim Valvano. Jim Valvano, I think some of you might know him, Coach Valvano. He said the Reverend Bob Richards said while Valvano was at a summer camp when he was a kid in the early 70s, that God must have loved ordinary people because he made so many of them. And Valvano said, what is it with this? You know, I thought I was special. And then the Reverend said, in the words that changed his life forever, and I think about it often, every single day, in every walk of life, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Now, George Schieble was just an ordinary guy who did extraordinary things. Thanks for listening, and have some cake.